Alex and Kate grew up in a bustling city. They both met at friend's birthday party. And the rest is the story. Both fell in love almost instantly. They always said, love at first sight. Their friendship grew fondly. This led to marriage. The city vibrant with life, bustling with families, couples, and people moving through their routines. For Alex and Kate, it was a peaceful Saturday. Although it had rained briefly in the morning, a day meant for family time and unwinding. Married for just over 3 years, they had worked tirelessly to build a life together. A cozy home, car, and son they adored, Paul. Their lives were full of love and dreams, but they had no idea the storm would turn their lives upside down. It was early afternoon when Alex turned to Kate as he laced up his shoes. I'll take Paul to get his hair cut, then we'll pick up a few things at the store. We shouldn't be too long. Perfect. He'll look handsome for dinner tonight, Kate said, smiling as she tousled Paul's curly hair. Alex chuckled. All right, buddy, let's get you looking sharp. Ready? Paul grinned, grabbing his father's hand eagerly. They shared a bond so close that Kate often teased Alex, calling Paul his mini-me. Watching them leave, she felt the familiar warmth of love and contentment, thinking about a special surprise she had waiting for Alex. Just that morning, she'd discovered she was pregnant. She'd been planning all day how to break the news to him that evening over dinner. The city was alive with weekend energy, and the father-son duo stopped at the local barber shop, where Paul climbed eagerly into the chair, chattering away. After the haircut, Alex ran his fingers through his son's hair, smiling proudly. Look at you, handsome as ever. On their way home, they decided to make a quick stop at the mall. Alex wanted to pick up some groceries and a few last-minute items. Alex called Kate, his voice cheerful and steady. Hey, love. We'll be stopping by the mall to pick up a few things for dinner. Do you need anything else? Kate smiled to herself, feeling the joy of a small secret. She had just discovered that morning that she was pregnant, and she had been waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with the news. She could already picture his face, full of love, pride, and excitement. No, just hurry home soon. I've got a surprise waiting for you, she replied, her tone filled with mischief. Now I'm intrigued. Can't wait to see what you've got up your sleeve, he laughed. You guys should just hurry home soon, she replied, her voice teasing. I've got a little surprise for you. Please, how is my handsome boy, she joked. Mum, I am fine, I am looking handsome, Paul, her son, replied jokingly. Please, you both should get home soon. I am hungry, Kate laughed. Now you've got me wondering, Alex laughed. We'll be home soon. Love you, Kate. Love you too, she said, hanging up and sighing with happiness. Little did she know that this was the last time she would hear his voice. Just after they hung up, the clouds had darkened, and the wind was picking up, but Alex thought nothing of it. A little rain wasn't unusual after all. But as they entered the mall, the first drops began to fall, heavy and foreboding. The storm took a violent turn. The sky darkened quickly, and an eerie stillness fell over the city before thunder cracked open the sky. Within minutes, torrential rain began to hammer down with unrelenting force. Raindrops began tapping against the windows. Soon the taps turned to thuds, and the thuds became a deafening roar. The rain poured down relentlessly, and with each passing moment, the storm grew stronger. Meanwhile, at home, Kate noticed the sky growing darker and turned on the TV. A severe weather alert flashed on the screen. The meteorologist warned of an unexpected storm with heavy rainfall, urging residents to seek shelter. Her heart began to pound. She tried calling Alex, but the line didn't go through. The wind howled, uprooting trees and shaking buildings, as though nature itself was furious. Suddenly, the roof began to leak. Small droplets started seeping through, pooling on the floor. The leaks worsened with each passing second. She scrambled to place buckets and towels. Kate was just beginning to grow concerned when her phone buzzed in her hand, startling her. It was Alex, she answered immediately. "Hey hon," he said, his voice calm but a bit strained. "It's raining a lot harder than I thought. We're in the underground parking lot at the mall, trying to get back to the car. I think we'll head home now before it gets worse." "Please be careful," Kate replied, anxiety creeping into her voice. "The news is saying the rain's getting heavier. Maybe you both should wait it out inside the mall." "Nah, it'll be fine," he replied reassuringly. "Paul and I will be home before you know it." But as Alex hung up, the rain turned into a deluge, hammering down with an intensity no one had expected. The winds howled, bending streetlights and toppling signs. Water quickly pooled around the city, flooding streets and sidewalks. Within minutes, water began seeping into the underground parking lot where Alex and Paul were parked. As he tried to maneuver his car toward the exit, the water rose at a terrifying rate. The lights flickered, casting an eerie glow on the submerged vehicles around him. He could feel Paul's small hand gripping his arm, his son's eyes wide with fear. "Daddy, I'm scared," Paul whispered, his voice trembling. Alex kept his voice calm, trying to reassure his son. "It's all right, buddy. I'm here. We're going to be okay." But inside, his heart raced as he realized just how quickly the situation was spiraling out of control. He tried to push open the door, but the weight of the water pressing against it made it impossible. Panic set in as he attempted to roll down the window, but the car's electrical system had already failed. The water continued to rise, now flooding the seats and reaching their waists. Alex could feel the chill of it against his skin as he wrapped his arms around Paul, holding him close. He redialed Kate's number, his hand shaking as he brought the phone to his ear. She picked up immediately. "Alex," she asked, panic clear in her voice. "What's happening? Where are you?" "Kate," he said, trying to keep his voice steady, though it wavered with fear. We're trapped in the parking lot. The water's coming in too fast. I can't get the door open." "Oh my God," she gasped, her voice breaking. "Is Paul okay? Is he there with you?" "Yes, he's right here," Alex whispered, holding their son tighter as he spoke. "Listen, Kate, you need to get somewhere safe too. I'm trying, but the doors won't open." "The water's rising too fast," he replied, his voice cracking. There was a pause, and then quieter he said, "I don't know if I'll make it out, Kate. You need to get out of the house for your safety." As she listened, a loud crash shook her house. "I saw the weather warning. Make sure you get out if the house starts flooding." "Alex, no," she pleaded, her voice choked with tears. "Don't talk like that. You can get out. Keep trying. Please." Tears stung her eyes as she clutched the phone, willing herself to be strong for him. "Alex, please don't give up. Keep trying. I'm right here with you. Alex, I can't leave you there." "I don't want to be alone," she whispered, tears blurring her vision. "You won't be alone, Kate. You have our surprise." Alex's voice wavered as he tried to keep her calm, but she could sense his struggle. His fear, "Please don't leave us. We need you both." "I'm trying, Kate, I swear I am." His voice softened as he looked at Paul, whose face was buried against his shoulder. Tell him I love him if I can't." "Don't say that," Kate cried. "Please keep trying. Keep fighting, Alex, please." But just as she spoke, a loud crack echoed through the line, and then silence. "Alex, Alex, answer me." Kate's screams filled the quiet of her living room, her body shaking as she dialed his number again and again, but there was no answer. 4 hours she tried calling him back, praying for even a single word, but there was only silence. She sat by the window as the storm raged on, clutching her stomach, where her unborn child was now her only connection to Alex. Her mind flashed between moments of hope and overwhelming grief, cycling through memories of their love and laughter. As she watched the rain, she felt as though each drop was a piece of her own heart, falling away. She sat there, paralyzed, listening as the storm raged outside, her heart clinging to the faintest hope that somehow they'd find a way out. But when dawn broke, her worst fears were confirmed. Rescue workers reported that the underground parking lot had flooded completely. Dozens of cars were submerged, and Alex and Paul were among those who had not made it out. By dawn, the storm had passed, but its devastation was unlike anything the city had ever seen. Reports came in about the catastrophe at the mall's underground parking lot, where the heavy rains had caused flooding and trapped dozens of people. When they brought the news to her door, Kate felt her world shatter. Her knees gave way, and she sank to the floor, clutching her stomach as sobs racked her body. Her husband, her son. Her entire world had been taken in a single night. The life they had built, the dreams they had shared, all vanished in an instant. They were among those who had lost their lives. Her world collapsed. The love of her life was gone, swept away in a single night with their loving son Paul, and she was left with nothing but memories and the life growing within her. The days that followed were a blur of sorrow and disbelief. Family and friends surrounded her, but nothing could ease the crushing weight of her loss. Her home, once filled with laughter and warmth, was now empty and silent, and every corner held a memory of Alex and Paul. Their son's toys were still scattered in the living room, his favorite book on the coffee table. The pain was unbearable, a wound that went too deep to heal. The pain of his absence was a constant ache, but as time passed, she found herself clinging to the life within her, a small piece of Alex that had survived. This child, she resolved, would know the love of his father and would never feel the emptiness she now lived with. But in her despair, she remembered the life she carried within her, a small piece of Alex and Paul that had survived. The knowledge of her pregnancy became her only anchor, giving her a reason to wake up each day and keep going. She vowed that this child would know the love of their father and brother and would never want for anything. Her determination grew with her pregnancy. After the birth of Alex Jr., she returned to her job as a nurse, working longer hours, pouring her love and energy into others. She read every book she could on parenting, determined to raise their son, Alex Jr., with the same values his father had cherished: kindness, strength, and resilience. She filled her home with pictures of Alex, ensuring that his presence remained a part of their lives. She missed him so dearly. Years later, while working a late shift at the hospital, Kate met Dr. Obinna, a warm and compassionate man who had recently transferred to the city. He admired her dedication and resilience, and over time, their professional respect blossomed into something deeper. At first, Kate was hesitant, Loving again felt like betraying Alex's memory. But Obinna understood her grief, never pushing, always listening. One evening after they had grown closer, he took her hands and said, "Kate, love doesn't end. What you shared with Alex was beautiful, and no one could ever replace that. But life is about moving forward, about healing. I want to be here for you, for Alex Jr. I want to help build a future with you." With time, Kate allowed herself to open up, to love again. She and Obinna got married, and he adopted Alex Jr., embracing him as his son. They built a home filled with laughter and love, and soon after, they welcomed 2 more children into their lives, a boy and a girl. Their family was whole, yet Kate kept Alex's memory alive, sharing stories of his courage and kindness with her children. Kate's life had taught her the importance of resilience. A mission born from lost she was determined to make a difference in her city. The tragedy of Alex and son's death had opened her eyes to the extent of disaster preparedness, and she became a passionate advocate, determined to prevent others from experiencing such loss. She agreed to collaborate with some of the associations in her city that are in charge of emergencies. They organized workshops, sharing crucial steps on what to do before, during, and after disasters. She encouraged people to prepare emergency kits with food, water, and medical supplies, and to have an escape plan ready. She taught neighbors to listen to weather alerts, keep important documents in safe, accessible places, and communicate their plans with loved ones. She knew that disasters were inevitable, but with proper preparation, lives could be saved and losses minimized. Kate was ready to help out. Together with her new family, she spoke to a group of young parents, her voice filled with conviction. "We can't control the storms in our lives," she said, "but we can be ready. Love the people in your life fiercely, hold them close, but also prepare for the unexpected. Make sure they know where to go and what to do. Life is unpredictable, and when we're prepared, we protect those we love the most." With each passing year, Kate found peace. She had honored Alex by loving their son with all her heart, and she had built a new life, a new love with Obinna. Her children grew up knowing the story of their father's strength and bravery, and as they grew older, they joined her in her mission to help others prepare for life's unexpected storms. In quiet moments, Kate would sometimes sit by the window, watching the rain, a bittersweet reminder of the love she had lost and the family she had gained. Alex had left her a legacy of love, a reason to continue living, and in honoring his memory, she had found the strength to rebuild her life. She silently prayed for all those who lost lives during a disaster. Though life had taken much from her, it had also given her a renewed sense of purpose. Kate had loved and lost, but she had found the courage to rebuild and to help others do the same. She lived each day honoring the memory of Alex and Paul, sharing their legacy of love and resilience with her children and her city. Through every storm, she knew they were with her, their memory a guiding light, reminding her to cherish every moment and to find strength even in the darkest of times. Her joy, her pain, her hope. This story makes us to understand that, if there is life there is hope. Our prayers are to all those who find themselves in difficult situations.